Hi, I'm in Sheffield City Centre, just next to the Peace Gardens here, in the Town Hall at Cheney Row. This is the main Cheney Row, and I just want to take everybody around the Peace Gardens just to give my views on why I think these gardens are, without a doubt, the best gardens to have been created in the UK for the past 100 years. These lovely cherry blossom trees are out at the moment and are looking absolutely fantastic. But I want to come into the gardens through the back, through kind of Cheney or Cheney Row, however you pronounce it. Because as we do, we come up a little bit. So this is just a walkway that takes you through the gardens without actually taking you through the gardens, if that makes sense. But even so, you still get a view into the gardens. You still get to appreciate the planting in the gardens. The planting is varied. There's lots of interest here, from daffodils and lots of things that are going to be in flower later on throughout the summer. So I just want to kind of go around the Peace Gardens and just explain why these gardens work so well, why they are the best objectively. In other words, it's not just an opinion, it's a fact, and give my reasons for that. And I need to do this within 12 minutes or so because my camera runs out after 12 minutes. So we have these wonderful, beautiful cherries. And then you've got this approach into the gardens here. At the moment they're just clearing up from the Sheffield Half Marathon, which is just finished in the Peace Gardens. We've got some early flowering rhododendrons, we've got a liquid amber there which is going to be looking beautiful later on. So we've got various memorials here. I won't focus on them too much because this is about the design and about why it works so well. Well, for a start, there's a big connection with Sheffield here because you have these water features, which obviously the steps down represent the weirs within the city's rivers. Lots of weirs throughout the whole city. You have these wonderful crucibles. Obviously the water pouring out there represents molten steel. You have those repeated all around the kind of outside of the gardens there. You have these wonderful rills, again, that signify the rivers and the canals. Lovely intricate carvings in there, absolutely beautiful. The stonework is good quality, it's solid, it's big, it's chunky. It has, you can see it has lichen growing on it, which shows that the air quality around here is, while not perfect, is good. It's good enough to allow lichen to grow. So we have a kind of wide boulevard. Again, the width of it gives a feeling of importance. The solidness, the width of it, the size of the features give a feeling of importance. The fact that you have raised grass beds where people sit and chill out, so they're not walking across the grass. You could imagine if this was all at ground level, all at one level, people would just walk across the grass areas willy-nilly, and you would get these paths forming that would begin to wear the grass out, and it would start to look a little bit tatty. But on the whole, these grass areas look really good. So there are seats around, plenty of places for people to sit. The main water feature is here. It's not on at the moment, obviously, because of the marathon event. But again, kids love to play in this in the summer. And so we have these beautiful trees that don't block much of the building out at all. I'm a big critic of landscape designers who don't take into account their surroundings. So if you have a building that's of good architectural merit, that has a lot of craft work in it, and you can see some of the craft work there, some of the skills of the craftspeople who actually carve the stone, and the quality of that. You don't want to block that out, whether it's with a building of poor architectural merit or if it's a tree. You want your trees, you want your green features to frame a building, to support the man-made craftwork, the man-made skill that you get in many of the older buildings. So if we just come up here again, just go around and have a look at some of the planting, we can see there is something throughout the whole year. You know, Trachycarpus, Fortunii, Phormiums, some irises coming out there. Not sure what those blue things are. I think this is it. No, I don't know. No, can't remember them. Tulips. Even got a little butterfly there. A small white. Loving this kind of really sheltered area. The whole thing is just a joy to behold. You compare this to Piccadilly Gardens, for example, in Manchester, and it looks a mess. It's very modern. There's a lot of concrete. It's still a popular place because Manchester is such a big city, and it has a water feature similar to the water feature we have there. But people walk across the grass. It looks tatty. It looks outdated. It looks very, very poor. It's not an aesthetically pleasing place at all and has received a lot of criticism. This place universally has received a lot of plaudits, and this is why I say objectively it's so good. Just the simple attention to detail here, that you have these wide verges, these wide stone borders, so that any plants like this maybe leans over a little bit later on when it grows up. It means that the workmen, council workmen who are cutting the grass aren't going to demolish that in the process. So it's little bits of attention to detail like that that just make things that much better. If I can get down here without breaking a leg. Oops. So if we just come round and we look at the craftsmanship here. So these cascade dedicated to the memory of Samuel Holbury again. So lots of linking in with the city itself. You've got these beautiful carved areas round here that represent the rivers and all the kind of plant life that you might get in the rivers that flow through and down the rivers. You've got a hard. This is more for events because it's more hard landscaping. You have people set out here in the summer enjoying a coffee or a beer or whatever. You've got lots of liquid ambers which look spectacular, especially in autumn. And again, the balustrades there, the quality of the artwork, of the craft work is just superb. A little fish there, look at that. Just, again, it's just that little bit different, attention to detail. It creates more of a, it's something to look at. You can imagine kids who come here occasionally, if they see that, they may just want to come to look at that fish every time they come. That connects people to the city. That it just makes it a more enjoyable place to be. So as I walk up round here, still a few balloons, bit of litter at the moment, but you expect that when you've had 7,000 people coming through doing the marathon. So you come up, you can see through the balustrades. If you're a little child or if you're a bit taller, you can get a view through. So even though there are plenty of trees and shrubs, there's a magnolia there. These are cornus that will be out in a little bit. Again, they're stunning again in autumn. but it's not one block of trees blocking your view of the gardens. You can actually see through them. So you come across, and from many positions there are so many opportunities to take photographs, to get good views through, to frame the building with beautiful plants and flowers and shrubs and trees. Everything works so well, again, because this area is being raised. This used to be very flat, but I think they sank this area down here, but this area, I think they kept it up at this level, so you have a raised level to be able to view the gardens, and it's an absolute triumph. Again, just the fact that that one there, which will be repeated later on, is different to another one there, and that they just put random things in like that, but it's still in keeping. It's the same material, it's the same shape, but there is variety there. So you have order and variety, which is what we like, which is what we enjoy, which is what we are primed to like. Now there's a little bit of a problem there. I think there are some things coming through there for later on. It looks a little bit stark at the moment, but I think there'll probably be a lot of later flowering herbaceous plants coming through. But again, you have basically three trees or shrubs in this area, but still plenty of space to look through into the gardens. Lots coming through here. Again, plenty of evergreens for winter interest. Again, we look at the stonework. Lots of different lichens on the stonework. Absolutely brilliant. And really it's just a complete joy. There's probably going to be something that I forgot to mention, but as I'm 12 minutes in, I think I'll leave it there for now. Bye for now.